Hi, everybody. This is I'm going to be putting this up on the screen. This is Enrique Tarrio debating fucking um fucking shitbag Destiny.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Because do you truly believe that people absent Trump, absent his speech, that they wouldn't have been people like showing up angry at the Capitol that day? Is that your claim?
Absent him inviting them there, nah, maybe 1,000, maybe, I don't know, if that.
Well, hold on. So you don't believe that there are other factors leading up to that day from the time of the election, not including
He's such
Trump,
a beta.
that would have motivated enough angry people to show up that day?
Well, I can tell you what the other factors are. It's actually really easy. There was a whole bunch of people online who were posting. There's a whole bunch of people online.
No, hold on.
No. I'm going to answer
your question.
I'm going to answer you. There's a whole bunch of people online who are posting about how Mike Pence has the power to send back the electors so that Trump can steal the election, and everyone was hyping themselves up for this bullshit. That's why you guys went there. It was retarded.
No. That's not the only thing I'm talking about. Like, I have a list of things that factually happened, and whether or not you can observe them through 2020 vision, like from now, doesn't matter, because we had so little time to analyze these things. So expanded mail-in voting due to COVID-19, late night vote count pauses and updates in key states, changes to the election procedures.
Every single one of these things failed in court. They had their day in court. You lost on every single one of these.
Buddy.
All of them.
Buddy, did you not just hear what I just said?
Can you guys hear
all of these. You're lost.
Hold on. No.
Everybody who's watching, can you hear the screen? Hear the stream?
Hear me better. What I said was, what happened by the time January 6th rolled around, we didn't have the time and 8 hours a day for years on end. No, we didn't have years.
You did.
Like you did. No, we didn't. You did. Between January 6th and the election, the determination of the election, how much time was there?
A few months, but there was enough time that almost every single Donald Trump brought up in his already been for. So apparently there was enough time.
No, that's not true.
It is.
Hold on.
No, Democrats were saying mail-in voting is the unreliable form of voting. Democrats said that's something that's not going to change.
Who asked?
Well,
what does that do anything?
So the White House.
How is it?
I want to hear from you. Go ahead.
So the White House posted this thing, and I really feel it's important that we kind of analyze it in the 2026 line, actually. It says, in truth, it was the Democratic election, including widespread irregularities and weaponizing federal agencies. All right. So we're seeing. Look at this. Now we're looking at
who
right
are you
now.
Even quoting? Wait, who was that even a quote from?
That is the White House page, whitehouse.gov, the whole thing that we're here. Y'all literally posted and said, this is what we're debating today.
What's the point?
Anyway, I would like to get to it. Thank you. 1 second, please. Anyway, and so when we look at it in 2026 and we see all the fraud and we see places like Minnesota where we now have evidence that 197 duplicate ballots were posted. Yes, we do. We do have that. It was just by the Congress just a couple days ago. Maybe keep up to date. We have that. We see evidence of the fraud. We see evidence of this NGOs paying for it. The Trump administration has been saying from day one, when this went down, that they're basically having some sort of system in place to rig the election. So they're the real insurrectionists by subverting the of will of the voters, and that's what we're seeing has happened. They use the fraud.
Why didn't Trump said this coming in 2016? They had 4 years to find it. Why did Trump not find anything?
Oh yeah, because Biden's going to be investigating himself whenever he gets put in power, huh? Does that make sense? Give me a break. Come on, man.
No, Trump said there was rampant voter fraud for the 2016 election. Yep. He was in office for 4 years after. They found nothing. He put together a commission to find it. They found nothing. Why?
And yet now we're finding all sorts of stuff.
No, we're not. So but I didn't ask you about now. I said he had 4 years.
Well, I'm talking about now, though. 4 years. We can talk about 4 years ago.
No, you weren't talking about now. You brought up a quote from 2016. So you want to talk about now? If you want to talk about now, we can talk about now. Why don't we have any fraud from this election? He said there was millions of illegal voting. We don't have any fraud.
You understand that, right? Okay. The quote I just read is from 3 days ago. You realize that, right?
I'm asking you, where is the evidence of the voter fraud? The rampant voter fraud in 2016, in 2020, in 2024?
We literally have evidence right now that 197 duplicates votes were cast in Minnesota. 197,000 is what it cost to beat him, right? So, yeah, clearly something was going on when we have billions in fraud and 197,000 duplicate votes in a state where they won. And it's a state where, guess what?
Duplicate
Cindy Walls
votes?
was the VP candidate. Come on, bro. There's some kind of collusion here. That's the real insurrection.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay, I am curious. Something Enrique said at the beginning of the show, that people have been fed a lie about January 6th. If you could have, if there is one lie you could point to that the Biden administration or the Democrats or whoever has been saying about January 6th, what would you say that lie is? And then we can see if Dev and Destiny, what they think about that. What do you think, Enrique?
So to say something that I don't want to argue about, but just saying it's an insurrection was all bullshit. But to be more specific, and specific to my case, that we decided to plan to commit an act of sedition, which is one step on the treason for people that don't know that, to overthrow by force the United States government is bullshit. And they ran with this narrative, and they ran with this Tom Clancy novel. Because if you read not only my indictment, if you sat through the 6 months of my trial and you read all the bullshit that went on in the trial and how they wanted to paint it, I think that's one of the biggest miscarriages of justice and the biggest miscarriage of a PR campaign by the DOJ. So much so that I think I'm happy that I got 22 years. It opened people's eyes and was like, well, you know what? I don't like this guy, but he doesn't deserve 22 years because, these facts are the case. And in my case, we had FBI agents embedded within the group. We had CIs that were informing about the Proud Boys before January 6th and at January 6th, and not a single one of them did the prosecution put on the stand. So just to close up here,
can I just ask a couple questions on that?
Blaming,
is it
give me 1 second. I'm just closing up.
No, I mean, like, you said enough dumb shit, right? So, like, were the Proud Boys the ones that initially broke through?
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Wow, this dude does not have a manly voice at all.
Just mute yourself for a second.
I mean, I'm not talking about.
So check this out. So I think in closing, I think just the narrative that went behind this seditious conspiracy with the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers, it's bullshit. You want to get some of them. You want to get Dominic. Look, you want to get Dominic for breaking a window.
Were the Proud Boys
the ones? You could go ahead and break a window.
Were the Proud Boys the ones that initially broke into the Capitol?
Were
the Proud Boys the ones that broke into the Capitol?
I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to keep talking for a second.
So much yapping.
If you want to get Dominic Pizzola for breaking a window, then absolutely go ahead. He'll tell you himself that he shouldn't have broken a window. And I'm unmuting.
The Proud Boys were the ones that broke through initially, right? They were the first ones in, right?
No, they weren't the first ones to break in.
They weren't the first one. So there wasn't, let me just be clear. So there wasn't a group of about 100 Proud Boys while Trump was still speaking that made their way to the Capitol.
There wasn't even 100 Proud Boys in the ground on January 6th. So let's start with correction.
How many would you say there were? 52. Okay.
52.
Was there a group of about 50 Proud Boys during Trump's speech that were already making their way to the Capitol that broke through the outer perimeter, then the second one, and then eventually broke through the window with the riot shield via Dominic? Was that all the Proud Boys?
No, apparently you don't know about the Dominic Pizzola. So we'll start with the Dominic Pizzola and work our way down. So with Dominic Pizzola, Dominic wasn't the one that initially broke the window, and he wasn't the last one to pull the window. He wasn't even the one that went in.
He didn't go in
He's
first.
just the one that conveniently was, he was not. That window was already broken. You want to pull up the video and take a look at the cracked window?
So you're telling me if you cracked window, notice how you just said cracked window? So he's the one who broke through the window with the riot shield. He was a Proud Boy. Yeah.
He finished breaking. He didn't even finish breaking the window.
Yes.
Because the window was still not accessible, and somebody else pulled down the window.
Somebody climbed in right after he did with the shield.
I go ahead and I challenge you, and I say, pull up the video, and we could discuss Dominic.
And if he wants to, we can. So my question is when you tweeted out that you were proud of my boys in my country. Okay?
Yeah, he drinks way too much cum. He doesn't drink soy Doberman. He drinks cum.
When you said you
like
were
literally.
proud,
I was talking to the crowd. So let me
baby batter.
Listen, you could hit me for a lot of things, but the things that you're talking about, you can't.
Yeah.
Right. I had direct communications with my guys via Telegram at the time. Right. So if I didn't want them to leave, why isn't there a message from me directly to them saying, don't fucking leave, just keep going? I put that message out on Parler, which is similar to Twitter, right, to the public. I was celebrating it. If that's what I'm guilty of, then fucking lock me away for 22 years. But how the fuck are you going to tell me for tweeting when you've tweeted so much fucking worse shit that you should probably be in prison for?
Yeah,
right?
That's great. Okay, so it was the Proud Boys who were in first, right? You were tweeting out I'm proud of my boys and my
Typical leftist deflection.
right? And they'd already broken in.
Typical
and you
leftist
said they were the
deflection.
first ones that broke through the
What
outer
a
perimeter.
fag.
and the first one-
finish now.
Right?
Let
So
Destiny finish
you
his
knew that they
thought.
were breaking in. You were proud of them for doing so.
I did
and you
not know
encouraged
they
them
were
to say,
breaking in.
really, you had
I did
no
not know they
idea.
were breaking in.
Okay,
No, I didn't turn on the TV. I didn't turn on the
because
TV.
I got the video. I
Go
got
ahead,
the video. You can look
Can
at
you
it
send
if
it
you
to me
want.
and I can play it?
I've DM'd it to you. You
Yeah,
can
please.
watch it.
Give me a second.
First guy goes by Red on Red Glasses. If you want to search the Sedition Hunter hashtag, he's an Indian-looking fella.
Okay,
Red on
give me
red
one
glasses.
second.
Oh, sedition hunters. Oh, yes. Then
We'll see it
there's a
in a
reliable
moment.
source
Got it.
right there. Sedition hunters.
Juggle.
Sedition hunters are faggots.
I can also throw this out there. There have been many attempts to get information from the government about who these individuals are, and little effort by the prosecution to identify these people. So I know Dominic as well. I did time with him. So I know for a fact he wouldn't be capable of planning an insurrection.
Okay, it's about a minute-long video that we're going to watch. If you click on the watch stream, we can all watch.
Can we start with the windows broken?
Okay,
Can everybody see that? It's cracked.
right there. Okay.
Yes.
Let's
I see
keep
it.
watching.
Okay.
There's 2x4.
This one. I don't know if I can use this.
I think that's Dominic that are going in fourth, right? He's the golden shield.
He is
So
indeed.
this guy right here, he's dominant.
Yep, he's a proud boy.
That is Dominic Zola. Yes, that's correct.
And he wasn't a fucking.
One, two, one, two.
Oh, if that guy could get over the.
He's
Little
a five. Well,
4 or 5. 4 or 5. And I want to hear the
No, I did it.
Yes.
You guys were the ones that broke through all the barriers. Which is true. Remember our game? When
we did.
should I find the first one?
video you want to send me? Send it me to it. We'll just watch it. Just
No,
like that.
he's the one. He's the one that has the burden of proof right now because he's making the claim.
Well,
I'd like
on the
to-
prosecution that found you guilty and convicted
Go
of
ahead.
seditious
Can you guys hear
conspiracy,
me?
But, you know.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking
Listen,
liberal
it's
DC.
not me.
Fucking,
It's
liberal
fucking
DC
internet
jury, of
issues in this
course.
fucking
Again,
place.
I hope one day, whenever
hold
you
on.
face your charges.
Stop human filth like you guys for
Simping for the
pardon. You
justice
should be
system and
rotting
saying,
in a
"Oh, well,
jail
you got
under the
Let
fucking
Destiny- hold on,
jail. You
let
should be
Destiny- let
rotting under the
Destiny and Dev
jail.
Go. Destiny and Dev, please. Destiny and Dev, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, we all know that Newsom's going to pardon you anyway, Destiny, so it's fine.
True base, my king.
Okay,
That'll
so
be
Dev, you showed us that video. What else are your thoughts here? And then I want to.
Well, here I think Dev can take this response. But one guy was asking, why were people at the White House or why were people at the Capitol? And he said there were multi factors. They were there because Trump called them there.
We're having massive
They were there because
internet
they
issues
believed
here
that 2020
they
was
still
stolen
haven't
from
worked
them,
out
even though it
yet.
wasn't.
They're
Even though
trying
Biden
though.
actually
They're
did win
trying.
2020.
Because Trump spread the lie. Yeah.
No, quite a few people, and I can name a myriad of them. Christina Kelso, Scott Fairland, many of them were there because they were angry about losing their businesses. And yeah, I mean, the election plays into that because they thought the lockdowns would continue more. But these are people who lived under blue states, and they were just there to have their voices heard. They went there with signs about COVID, mask mandates, vaccines. Not everybody there was a Trump supporter either, by the way. You know, you got to remember that when you have a large amount of people like that, you're going to get a cross section of American society. So it's not true.
Well, sure, but I mean, nobody really cares about the guy who went there to protest and just kind of stayed outside, didn't get any trouble, went home. No one cares about them. People care about the ones who are rioting.
I mean, you should when they get prosecuted too.
They did.
Yeah, they did though. That's the problem.
They didn't. There was
They absolutely
hold on,
did.
wait, back up. Before we get into this,
There weren't
naming off every
1,600
individual, 'cause
people
every single time
inside the
these guys get
Capitol.
looked up, all of them were doing some fuck shit. But I understand the DC
Bullshit.
jury is all, you know, horrible, politically partisan prosecutions. Why do you really think that if Trump, I don't know, I'm asked this because there's no good faith engagement here. If Trump hadn't called people there on J6, it would have been a few hundred people, tops.
Bullshit.
Did a whole like they did a video walkthrough of the audience. They found 6 distinct different groups.
I'm also going to give December and November as an example. Trump didn't tell anybody in November, December to show up to DC, and we showed up in the thousands. As a matter of fact, I'd say that the November rally from November 14th was a lot. There was a lot more people
The December
attending
rally
that
was
rally
bigger.
than they did
What
on
was the name of the
January
rally? Just so I can just fact check real quick.
the Million MAGA March. I could be off. But regardless of the fact, it doesn't change the fact that the president did not tell anybody to show up in November, and they still showed up in mass. I remember actually with Bobby that's sitting right next to me, I remember sitting on Capitol Hill and looking down Constitution Avenue and seeing people shoulder to shoulder all the way to the White House.
Well, yeah,
That
but
brings up my point earlier. My point earlier was that so many people.
So, like, I know what you're talking about because Trump didn't even understand what was going on with the false elector plan until like early December. I get it, but all throughout November, you had like Ken Cheesebro talking about this. You had the First Amendment Praetorians who were talking about this. There was like the slow boil online of riling people up to get them to believe that there was something that could be done about this. That Trump could have these 7 slates of frankly false electors to come.
So let me ask you something.
Them just actually being upset about the election.
Let me ask you something about Pence
Zeus.
then. They lied to them and they couldn't. Let's say, so then why is Pence considered a hero from the left if he decided to certify the election results? What if Pence decided to go with Trump's plan? Would that make a difference? Then
he wouldn't be consider him a hero.
He'd be a traitor,
of course.
But then there is a chance of something happening, right? There is a chance of going ahead and not certifying the election.
Yeah,
correct?
If the insurrection was successful,
so having that hope,
having
that hope that Mike Pence would do something would motivate people to try to protest.
Yeah, correct. To try to go and you're describing an insurrection. They would hope that their pressure there would force people like Pence
no, it
through
would be
intimidation.
illegal.
And
it's
not legal. It would be illegal. It's not legal.
What if
Where's the language inciting? It's not legal.
That's
a very specific.
I need to fix this right here.
I understand, but let Destiny finish. Then you can fix it, and then I want to hear from Greg.
Yeah, what you're talking about is an insurrection.
Go ahead.
Them unilaterally overthrowing 7 states worth of votes to pick their own electors would be depriving the American people of their right to vote.
But you're not. But you didn't argue with me when I asked if Mike Pence can do that, and that is a legal solution.
Not legally. He cannot legally do it.
He legally cannot.
So he couldn't not certify the election or refuse to certify the election.
Correct.
Then if you just
to be clear, do you grant them that, Enrique, that not in a legal way, in no legal manner, could Mike Pence certify or not refuse to certify?
Yes. Listen, I give him that. Okay. But what I'm saying, my argument is that people thought we're getting that.
Yeah, I know. This sound out.
That's why Barr left. Struck down. That's why Barr left. That's why Barr left. Then stop lying.
Shut up.
Then don't
I don't
lie.
care.
Then stop
I
lying.
don't care. I'm gonna finish.
Okay.
You can keep talking.
Doesn't
Stop
like
lying.
this point.
But
because it's
I
a
don't
lie.
care
Yeah,
what
of
you
course.
like. The point is at this through what you think you know today. Which, by the way, we're finding out every single day that those irregularities may have happened, or they're more credible. And the reality is, your rhetoric is breaking down. The rhetoric that you've been spewing for 4 years of there was no election fraud and it was Trump was trying to seize control. All that's breaking down because the reality is had they just given Trump what was he asking for, a week or 10 days? Through some of the irregularities, the fact that nobody was willing to do that, and now they conveniently forget that that's what he was asking for, is stupid. You guys can't be more stupid.
So I've heard everything you have to say.
Right,
Do you know the process of actually doing that, though? Of actually having this investigated? You know what the real process is? Because it did happen in 1876. You know this, right? That there was an electoral commission that was put forward, and in fact, the certification of the vote was delayed for 2 months. So all Congress had to do was to do the same thing they did in 1876. And the reason Congress didn't
absolutely
do that
is me
because
the
riot
Wi-Fi
did it. That's one big reason why the process didn't
The shit
happen.
is
The way it
fucking
that's
ridiculous.
bullshit, and you know it.
No, that's complete.
That is bullshit, Dev, and you know it.
They would have done it.
I think it's hilarious. I think
Let Dev answer the question. Let Dev answer the question, or
if
respond
there
to the
was enough
accusation.
proof, if there was enough proof to convince the congressmen and the senators to actually have an electoral commission to investigate this, then they would have done so. There was no fucking proof. There's still no fucking proof. You're saying that new proof is coming out every day. Yeah, you're saying it's coming out every day. Are you talking about like the 350,000 votes from Georgia that went viral like last week?
315.
I didn't mention that.
Yeah.
I mentioned the Minnesota stuff that's happened with the duplicate voters we know are on the rolls. And we could go into other stuff like in Nevada that's come out recently. There's all sorts of different examples. There's stuff in Texas. There's lots of examples.
It doesn't matter what example I give
like
you. You're going to try and hand wave it off, Dev.
Point out what Dev and Justin.
Okay, here, let's just do. Wait, here, let's just do a specific. Let's just do a specific.
It's really impressive. It's really impressive.
Hold on. Stop. Destiny, then Gibbs.
Okay, here. Well, let's just work one specific example, okay? So one thing that Trump said, we can go through every single one of these if we want. He said, then election officials pull boxes, Democrats, and suitcases of ballots out from under a table. He's talking about in Fulton County. We know that claim was a lie, and we knew that claim was a lie on day one. It was debunked. If you watch the video, they were put underneath the table when they were going to stop counting. Then they pull those same boxes out from underneath afterwards. That was a lie. They knew it was a lie on day one, and Trump repeated it at the ellipse speech on January 6th.
Well, before we started arguing about what evidence we're going to accept here, I want to point out this game that they're doing real quick. It's really impressive how on the left over here they do this ticky-tack, baby-back bullshit with words. Go, oh, he didn't say peacefully, patriotically, or whatever at the exact right time. But then they go, oh, he was implying an insurrection. Well, can you point to me where the word insurrection comes from? But then when you say that, they want to dismiss it, wave a hand, go, well, you know what he thinks. And it's just like there's no winning here. It's an all-lose scenario with them. They're just going to play dishonest. And it's really all propaganda because they don't really want to talk about the real insurrection, which is the stolen election via the fraud. That's really what's happening. And we're seeing it everywhere. And you just go, oh, it didn't happen.
Just prove it.
We are proving it. That's why they're opening tons of investigations and finding new shit all the time. Fox News today said there's 250 to 500 billion dollars worth of fraud, $1 billion worth of fraud going away every year right now, estimated. And then we're seeing, oh, it's funding candidates. Oh, we're seeing, oh, it's in these states where we have tons of illegals and no voter ID. Wow, just a total coincidence that's happening.
What Dev said, actually, I just want to say is actually an important observation. We wanted the debates to happen in Congress. So the fact that the riot happened and it canceled that
Congress was not the appropriate forum for that debate to happen,
though. Do you want the actual answer? Because the answer is not that we went there to interrupt the process.
Of course you did.
To happen. That makes absolutely no sense.
It makes perfect sense. It doesn't make any sense that you think, how is Congress the appropriate forum when they're certifying the vote for a debate to happen about the electoral procedures?
It doesn't matter if you agree with it. That was the argument go there and leave congressmen and representatives. That was the point of being
to decertify the vote, to not accept the result of the election.
Hey, no, actually,
yeah, it was.
You don't even know what happened.
I do know what happened. I've read all the fucking documents. You're just lying about everything. The whole point of the certification process. The whole point. I'm sorry. How many people in here were convicted of what crimes? Give me a fucking break, okay?
Let him go. Let him go.
I'm trying to say, because I actually am a witness, and I can tell you my experience there. I actually went there, and my cell phone footage proves this. I didn't know there was any restricted area, and I'm not trying to put that on Proud Boys or Ryan Samsel or Ray Epps specifically. But I walked into an area thinking that I was just there for a First Amendment demonstration. When the cops attacked us, it incensed us, and that was that.
Cops attacked you where? At what part?
On the Western Terrace.
When if a cop attacks you and you're on the Capitol grounds, your first thought is, "Wow, I'm getting attacked for no reason." Not maybe I'm not supposed to be here.
Because I was present. Because I was present.
Because he thinks he's at a peaceful protest.
Peaceful protest doesn't give you the right to trespass. Peaceful protest doesn't give you the right to trespass. Peaceful protest doesn't give you the right to trespass. Peaceful protest doesn't give you. Peaceful protest doesn't give you the right to.
So peaceful protest. Oh, I'm not even involved in this. I'll just shut up.
Because you're not understanding the context of people pouring into an area, not knowing to restrict an area.
Well, no, this part is irrelevant. We're not even. No one is even arguing this. I'm sure there are some people that probably trespassed that weren't aware that they were trespassing. None of us are arguing that, though. The specific point. Wow. Well, it sounds like Donald Trump maybe should have clarified before he sent all of them over to the Capitol to try to disrupt the counting of the vote. Maybe
people tore barriers down before his speech.
So where did President Trump?
They did. They're called Proud Boys. I know. That was my earlier claim. Thank you. Yes. Hello. So we know. So
where did President
Trump? Ask your question, Enrique.
We know that.
So it's funny to me. Cops weren't inciting it. We had a professional witness on the stand, a use of force witness on the stand that specifically covers riot control. And when we asked these pepper balls and these rubber bullets, where are they? If the crowd, where are they shot into? And they're usually shot into the front of the crowd. They tell them not to shoot into the back of the crowd because the opposite effect can happen. If you look at the video from the cops that were overlooking from an eagle's nest position, they weren't shooting at the front of the crowd. They were shooting at the back of the crowd. And one of those people that got shot, his name is Joshua Black. Also, a couple of back. Getting peppered with pepper balls, and I know that aggravated the crowd. So I'll take the word of a use of force professional before I take the word of a pod. Internet. He just said the internet is a self.
Brought for this law court, right?
Witnesses for the government. So you with somebody else here, you can take that shit somewhere else.
The case was lost.
There's also plenty of video. The Joshua Black shot through the face with the West Terrace. People who weren't aware of what was going on.
Whether yours is up there or not. We just have to power through it because it's the fucking internet. I have no idea. There's nothing else I can do. Yeah, the whole thing's just fucked. I understand this. I trust me, dude. I know. Dealing with this shit all day. Is that yours that's up on the screen right now? I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Like you're not sharing sound. You're sharing the screen, but you're not sharing sound. All right, so Sorry, guys. Listen, I am truly sorry about this. Get back up in like 2 seconds. Give me a minute. We have a really bad audio issue here. Oh, there we go.
The prison. Yeah, what's up?
Well, we're not. And you know what? It makes you angry that we're not.
It does. I am. Yeah, I'm honest about that, of course.
Destiny, stop. I'm about to give you the mic, Destiny. Destiny, I want to know specifically what you and Dev's strongest argument is that this is an insurrection, and then they can deal with that. What is your strongest piece of evidence that this was an insurrection on January 6th? Go ahead.
Well, me and Dev will put forth our own thing. I think.
Yes,
I think that
exactly, and then we'll see. Yeah.
I would say probably the. Are you going to say the false electors, or are you going to say Trump's behavior during the insurrection, Dev? Which one do you want to go with, or do you have a totally different thing in your head?
I'll go with false electors.
Okay, I would say that Trump's behavior. You're an actual Trump guzzling sheep. I don't know why you would ever tell me to think for myself, sir. I think that the strongest piece of evidence is how Trump acted during the insurrection itself. So, for instance, when there were multiple family members, when there were multiple members of government that were begging him to call off the rioters, and Donald Trump was making phone calls to congressmen telling them that, well, maybe you should consider flipping your vote or changing your vote. He had even the call with McCarthy where he was saying, well, maybe they're mad for a good reason. And Giuliani was also making similar phone calls. I think that was very evident that the things were going as he wanted them to, that he was happy to see the insurrection carry on. And rather than actually calling down the National Guard to go there immediately and to stop it, he was happy to watch it continue on because he was hoping eventually he would delay the certification of the vote or flip it to himself. I think that's one of my strongest pieces.
Okay, Dev, go ahead with yours, and then we'll get the response from all of them. Go ahead, Dev.
I mean, we've already talked about these 7 slates of false electors before in this conversation. You guys think that basically Trump was stolen from, and so this was part of the actual procedure. Basically, it was based on the 1960 election because there were dueling electors in 1960. The difference is that in 1960, the state of Hawaii actually signed off on the alternate slate of electors. That didn't happen here. We have the false elector papers. They're publicly available to see. You can see that no state government actually signed off on any of those electors. At the same time, I have now at this point read 64 full court cases on what happened during the 2020 election, all the audits, all the recounts, all the investigations. No fucking evidence has ever been produced. And additionally, everyone says, oh, it's standing. Standing's the reason why those court cases didn't go anywhere. Well, guess what? If you actually read the court cases, you'd realize that pretty much in every single one, the judges actually said, hey, even though there's no standing for this, we are going to do like an impromptu kind of look at the merits anyway, because we understand that this is actually really important, that everyone really cares about this. And so you can actually read the court documents and realize there's fucking nothing. There's no evidence of anything. In all of these cases, Trump just lost them on standing, on merits, on everything, because there is no fucking evidence. And I know everyone's talking about, oh, there's new evidence coming out right now, all this. No, it's all bullshit. Like in Georgia, the 315,000 extra like improper votes. What that was you had like a poll worker who failed to sign out at the end of his shift, and so it turns out that the ballots that he was involved with were were not signed off on properly, but they're still all completely legitimate ballots. And then guess what? Once that state was recounted, those were all recounted properly and recertified, and they were all signed off on. So like even these little moments where you have like technical snafus that don't actually disqualify any votes or show any fraud, none of it ever pans out to anything. It's all bullshit.
There's no chain of authority.
You guys can respond to that. Go ahead, Stream Rift, and I want to hear from the rest of you. Go ahead.
There's no chain.
Go ahead, Stream Rift, and I want to hear from the rest of you. Go ahead.
There's no chain of authority, which means they didn't follow their own state laws. And so that calls into question whether they were legitimate or not. And it's 2 signatures. The other thing is an insurrection, the definition I looked up, a violent uprising against an authority or government. It was an appeal to government. It was saying you're doing something that we'd like you to do differently. It was explicitly not saying we have another plan, let's have a new government. So definitionally, as an insurrection, nobody was trying to overthrow the government. They were trying to get Congress to elect. Even if you say, oh, well, Mike Pence couldn't fail to certify the election. Okay, fine. That's an appeal to government, not an overthrow of it.
Definitionally, it is an overthrow of the government. He lost, and they wanted to.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Wanted to keep him in
How is it
office.
overthrowing the government?
Because the new government was supposed to be Biden, and you wanted to overthrow the count to keep Trump entrenched in power.
Stay here, Destiny. Stay here. How is saying, dear government, you did something wrong, I'd like you to do it different, an overthrow of that government?
Because when you're saying the thing you did wrong was you kept in a guy in power that I don't want, or you have voted a new guy in power that I don't want you to have in power, you're insurrecting against the government.
That's not what they were saying. They're saying we don't think it were valid results.
Go ahead.
So they're saying government, you did the election, you counted.
Realize, so you do realize that Trump went to Pence and said, "Hey, listen, don't send these 7 electors back to the states. Just install me as the next president." Trump said that to Pence.
So what part of the insurrection is them overthrowing the government? The audience.
It's the part when the certification of the vote was literally delayed because of violent people breaking into it. Definitionally is. I've read so much more about this than all of you fucking retards combined. Okay, but it definitionally is. They broke into the Capitol, and for the first time in the history of the United States government, the certification of the vote was delayed. It happened because of violence at the Capitol, and it was the goal of President Trump.
The first time in history, we had massive mail-in voting, which is the most fraudulent
We didn't have any fraud.
voting.
We did, but then, and you found no fraud. How sad is that? Just like Doge,
massive.
nothing.
Hold on, years later.
No.
How are we supposed to know this months after the election? Destiny?
I got a question for all of you. I have a question for all of you. Okay, let's say it's 2016. Okay, and Trump wins 2016 fair and square because he obviously did. And now let's say Joe Biden, presiding over the counting of the vote, says, you know what? I'm just going to start tossing out electors and we're going to install Hillary Clinton as president. Would you guys have stood for that?
What does that have to do with whether it was an insurrection?
Would you have stood for it? Yes or no?
Why are you moving the goalpost?
That has nothing to do with the thing I just said.
We're not playing your game.
Hold on, just
that
please.
has nothing to do with the question I just asked.
Yes or no?
No, I asked the question first, and it got dodged. How's that fair?
What was the dodge?
What was your question?
A dodge that because he was like, oh, it was the first time in whatever that it was delayed for 3 hours. And I'm like, dude, this is the first time in I don't know ever that they was this volume.
There's very few.
I'm asking how are you going to say that this was like ginned up solely by Trump when there were so many other factors absent
because
Trump
every
that
single
got people mad enough to show up that day.
They all came from Trump. Every single piece of voter fraud that was brought to him was debunked by Barr. Why did Barr quit? Why did Barr quit before the certification?
I'm talking about they didn't have that much time between
plenty of time.
The decision.
They're worse than fucking
women. There was only months. There was only months.
That's a lot of time to find any voter fraud at all. To find one piece of voter fraud. There's plenty of time. Yeah.
No, was the voter fraud like the mail-in voting investigated?
Before you ask more questions,
Destiny's balls have dropped at all.
Dev did ask
I don't
you
even
a question.
think he has any.
Your question just got answered.
I'm still.
Can you answer
That's why
his?
he has other dudes bang his wife.
In 2016, if Joe Biden had decided to get rid of the electors and install Hillary Clinton as president, would you have stood for that?
I would have gone to go protest at the Ellipse.
Like you guys protested last time inside the building?
See, Enrique answered it. What about the rest of you?
Seriously, bitch.
I mean, I'll answer it. I didn't know it was specifically to the whole panel, but sure.
Yeah, everyone, go ahead.
Okay, so had
the building,
you're saying had Biden installed
it's like
Hillary Clinton impossible. Just because, or are we talking about we think that there's massive election fraud, or what? What do we?
Destiny sounds like my ex.
A whole bunch of alternate electors and said, "Hey, Biden, use these."
You mean like a Steele dossier to try and smear Trump of Russian collusion and all that?
Were there any false electors in that dossier?
I mean, there wasn't, but I mean, I'm shocked she missed the trick.
That's not.
Wait, real quick.
Hold on.
That was a really good point. That Steele dossier. How many fake electors were cooked up as a result of that? Can I hear an answer from the panel for that? How many?
Give me 1 minute.
Wait, you're asking the wrong question. Is that election interference?
Didn't the Steele dossier, wasn't it published after the election happened?
I'm just asking you a question.
Well, if it was after the election happened, then definitionally the answer would be no, if time only goes in one direction.
So Russiagate was before all of that.
Russiagate was after the election. That's why it's such a stupid fucking conspiracy theory, because the person that hurt Hillary most was probably Comey. Yes,
it wasn't. There was a PR campaign in 2016. I remember because I was there. I was into the 2016 campaign. So don't tell me that there was no Russia before 2016. That's election interference. That's exactly what it is. So the report
2016
came
is
out
a
after
whole
that, that's
year.
fine.
The election after the election was when the Steele dossier was leaked. Well, BuzzFeed published it, but it was after the election, so it's kind of the worst.
Published.
It's kind of the worst thing ever.
Started in 2016.
Doesn't really. Yeah, you keep saying that whole year. 2016 is a long. There's like 12 months, 365 days.
Yeah,
days,
the election was at the end of the year,
and the Steele dossier was published afterwards. Yeah,
arithmetic, dude.
Well, we talk about stolen election. I can give you an example right here. We have, what's her name? We have the executive director for Wisconsin's election commission, Claire Woodall.
I know, right?
She was convicted of voter fraud in 2024.
Oh,
I don't like my
and we just got an email that was released.
I have a fact
that
check
says
for the Steele dossier. It was published on Mother Jones on October 31st, 2016. So it was just before the U.S. presidential.
Okay, just before the election.
Okay, so we have an email just today from this person who's been convicted of voter fraud, saying, "quote Xerox 64,000 ballots in the back of the conference room in Milwaukee City Hall, rooms 501 at 3 a.m." Guess what? They won a percentage buy in Wisconsin, 0.63%, and that's how much Biden won by. So it looks like we are starting to find example of the election being stolen. Like this example. So when you're saying there's no evidence, there's evidence coming out every day. The Election Commission Executive Director Claire Woodall-Vog.
Right.
So yeah.
We're still waiting. How was the election stolen based on the Steele dossier?
She was convicted before the email was.
How was the election stolen in 2016, 2017? You said Russia. How was that used to steal the election? You guys brought that up as an example of trying to steal an election.
No, I said that's election interference. That's attempting. And attempting is conspiracy in its own nature, so it should be prosecuted. And
who attempted it? Who was the person attempting?
22 years.
So many mainstream media companies had this dossier, and it was Mother Jones that eventually published. Was it Mother Jones or was it? I thought BuzzFeed was the first one that published it
on October 31st, 2016, just before.
Are you sure it wasn't? I'm almost positive it was BuzzFeed.
On publicly.
So wait. Reported on is different than published in its entirety. My understanding is that BuzzFeed published it. Oh, you mixed it up for reported on. No. Okay. BuzzFeed published it on January 10th, 2017. Okay, thank you. So I was correct. Thank you. Jesus.
Okay, I got to make a little money, so let me read some of these super chats, and then we'll get back to the show. $10 from Artemis Fowl to say, didn't the ellipse speech have specifically peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard in it? I see several video and an NPR article saying it happened. Weird. Thank you for the $10.
Yes. Artemis, start showing up to these again.
Zero Fox for
sounds like a
10-month membership.
Thank
you, buddy. Peacefully and patriotically hit like and subscribe. True. $5 from Mr. Wise Guy Plays. When Trump sees violence, he said, stop being violent and be peaceful. Destiny says that's just nonsense. Good one.
Stop being violent? Wait, he tweeted that? Was that a tweet that he said?
Remain calm, remain peaceful.
Paraphrasing.
Paraphrasing? Oh, because when somebody says remain peaceful, that makes it sound like there's no violence happening. That's what I would assume.
I like to watch my girl
Trump
get
did
laid
tweet
by
this. He
other
says, I know
dudes.
your pain.
Quantum Fantasy member for 15 months. Wow.
I bet it does.
Gibbs being so well behaved up there in the corner. Well, we'll see.
I think
the soy pill for $5
sounds even more manly
Enrique.
than his voice.
What did "do what must be done" end quote mean, Enrique?
Are we answering it now, or are you going through the super
answer it now, please.
Okay. I was excited. I was excited about what was going on at the Capitol. I was watching it on TV, and I said, "Do what must be done."
So
I was celebrating. I was celebrating the shit out of what happened that day. Yes, super fucking guilty of it.
Yeah, but what did you want to be done?
I wanted them to keep going.
Okay.
Keep going how?
I wanted them to stay there. I wanted them to protest. I wanted them to stay there. Yes.
Inside the Capitol
building? I didn't want them to leave.
Yeah.
Inside the Capitol building. Yeah. I wanted to occupy the Capitol building.
Yeah,
yes.
We know. It was in the indictment.
And do what with it?
Just real quick, $5
to disrupt, to insurrect. That's what that means. That's definitionally an insurrection, right?
No,
definitionally is. You're using threat and intimidation in order to disrupt a lawful government process. Yeah, it's definitionally an insurrection. Jesus.
Let me get through these. Okay, we got more. I promise. We'll get there. We'll get there. I promise. Mr. Wise Guy Plays for $5 says Destiny doesn't care about things that's not framed in his anti-Trump worldview. Change my mind. $5 from Audacity. This is fun. It's like when Dad used to put on Boomer Radio and they would play greatest hits. Makes my basement reno easier to do. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you for $5. $20 from Josiah from Pondering Politics. If January 6th was mostly peaceful because only a small number of attendees engaged in violence, each of these fine MAGA fellas would agree every individual BLM riot, not protest, was likewise definitionally mostly peaceful. Do you guys agree with that?
Wait, I didn't.
Sure.
I didn't get that.
The vast majority of the BLM protests and even the riots themselves would be peaceful if by that definition, because every riot only has like 1 to 5% of people actually rioting. There's no riot where every single person is breaking shit.
All of the BLM protests, all of the J6 protests, everybody gets a pardon if you weren't violent. We all agree on that, right, Destiny?
No, we have more crimes in this country beyond violent crimes. What a stupid point. No. There are plenty of crimes you can commit that don't involve violence.
So we don't agree that nonviolent protest is equally pardonable. That's fine.
Nonviolent protest? I'm talking about occupying a Capitol building with the goal of instructing the government.
I literally just fucking asked you.
That's the definition.
You asked me if everybody who is nonviolent. Occupying definitionally is not nonviolent.
Sit-ins, right, Destiny?
Yeah, you get arrested. It's called civil disobedience.
Trump supporters in prison just fucking disobedience.
Yeah, at this point, hell yeah, I do. Hell yeah, 100%. Absolutely, 100% at this point.
I respect you for that.
Thank you, and I respect you more if you admitted that you guys were attempting an insurrection. You failed, and that's why the opinion changed afterwards.
I would respect you if you could consider any other alternative.
I want you to suffer. I want you to suffer like my family suffered. I want you to pay like my family paid. I want you to do exactly what we did. If I could right now, how I feel and the shit that I went through, not before. I didn't feel like this before. I would have heads on pikes at this moment.
We know one of you guys were screaming it at the fucking J6 march.
Please, Enrique. Whose heads would you like to see on pikes specifically?
The people who did this. The people who did this deserve that.
The imagined enemies, yes.
Wait, who did what?
Was schizophrenia a pre-requirement to joining the Proud Boys, or did you guys find a way to induce it in all your members?
I believe that the prosecutors in this case, I believe all the aides that helped fucking the suffering of 1,600 people and their families, I think that they should be investigated. I believe that they should be investigated for treason, and I believe that they should get the proper punishment for what treason is. That's what I believe that they should do, because they're nothing less than treasonous pigs, and that's all they deserve.
Oh,
if I may, Tim,
I would not like to see Destiny endure what we endured. So I would just wish he would change his mind about his political opposition. I wouldn't want you to have to.
Tim is a better person than I am.
No, I know. I know the consequences of weaponized government, and I don't want to see it. I'm not a Republican, you know. I was a labor leader. I'm not far right. I'm
center left or far left.
I'm a history major. I'm not in favor of it. I don't believe in returning evil for evil, even though I got pissed off that day. I'm sorry,
magnanimous.
But disavow all pikes, all heads.
Okay.
Disavow.
$5 from Adashura to say, for the traitors of America, what was peaceful about chanting "Hang Mike Pence"? Also, if you think that didn't happen, why didn't Mike run again?
Was that as a serious threat as people supposedly wiping feces on the wall, which didn't happen? There's a couple clips you can find of people chanting stuff, but I mean, where was the rope? That was never going to happen. You had people
disavow. That was the thing stopping that they didn't have the rope for.
Obligatory disavow.
Disavow. You shouldn't do this.
Good.
No hanging of anyone.
Good one.
Unless a proper trial, Enrique was talking about.
I find it interesting that Destiny and this is from Mr. Wise Guy Plays, another $5. I find it interesting that Destiny in the beginning said that Trump never said anything about people needing to be peaceful. Completely walk that back.
Nope. I said there wasn't an explicit call for people to go walk peacefully. He did say they needed to fight like hell or they were going to lose the country, right? And it was near the end of the speech.
They didn't have the rope. He didn't
I mean,
say
they did have a rope. Like, we literally saw the picture of the gallows built the morning of. Like, that actually was there, but, you know, I know we're not in the fact-based
Dude,
world
a gallows
right now,
for midgets? You couldn't even hang a fucking midget on those.
It's not our fault you guys are too retarded to build an actual fucking gallows. I can't help with that. Jesus.
Stop bullshitting. Look at this.
You're going to hang them with this? They need a better
guys. Look at that. You're playing Destiny, you're playing the violins here. Look at the size of that thing.
Okay.
Be realistic.
Pondering politics. Just real quick. $10 from Pondering Politics. Trump had weeks and months before the election to challenge the alleged election changes this dude is complaining about, in addition to the time after the election. Thank you for the $10. 5 Canadian dollars from Ace Chrome Cheetah to say, so you're just admitting Trump is planting and fabricating evidence in his second term to prove voting fraud occurred in 2020. £5 from Riz What the Fuck to say, I'm not sure insurrection quite covered how disgusting and unpatriotic it was for these people to attempt to overturn the result of an election. $10 more from Mr.
He shouldn't say anything from the country he's from. He'd probably go to prison for fucking saying some stupid ass shit. That's probably insurrection and fucking.
You know what? Anyone who wants to give me money to say things is okay in my book.
I'm with it.
Okay.
I'm with it.
Okay. $10 from Mr. Wise Guy Plays to say, will you guys ever bring up the BBC News completely fabricating and editing parts of Trump's January 6th speech to make it sound like he was telling his supporters to fight down at the Capitol? I want to hear Dev and Destiny address this one, please.
They used it on my trial. Let's start with that. They used it at my trial. They used a BBC clip at my trial. So go ahead.
That edited BBC
no, they
clip?
didn't, because the edit happened in 2025.
Yeah.
Their trial was what, 2022?
Well, they're on that time travel shit, bro. Come on, you should know this by now. They were with the Russia stuff.
No. Listen, not
the reality is they didn't completely fabricate anything, but they spliced together something from the beginning and the end of his speech, which they shouldn't have done. It was stupid.
They just spliced it together.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done it. It was a bad edit. But like using it now to go back 5 years and claim something is fucking stupid.
Well, notice how, because I'm not a partisan fuck, I can say that's bad. You shouldn't have done that, right? But you can't concede a single fucking thing, despite the fact that all the evidence. You guys can't even answer. What were people there for? What were people at the White House for? Donald Trump had been calling them there. Donald Trump had been calling them there.
How many
yes,
times
Donald Trump had been calling them there for almost a month. Donald Trump had been calling them there for almost a month to protest the certification of the vote. They were called there for Donald Trump called them almost a month earlier to protest the certification of the vote. That's what they were there for, because they didn't like the outcome of the election.
Well, hold on. If you're not partisan, can you admit that? Let's say if they actually,
you just said it.
Well, hold on. If he's not partisan, can you admit that if they actually subverted the election with voter fraud and there's other stuff that the Trump administration is alleging, then that would be equally as bad, if not worse, than the insurrection that y'all are alleging.
I'm literally an American whose country was born from rebellion. Yeah, if the election was actually stolen, I think you have plenty of reason to insurrect or rebel, of course, which is why it was all the more disgusting that Donald Trump lied to you guys, and then you guys continue to propagate the same fucking lies over and over and over again. Every single lie that Trump told the day of the ellipse speech, Barr and other members of his government had already debunked to him. That's the issue. Just like the State Farm ballot box thing.
They didn't need Trump to say anything. They didn't need Trump to say anything to believe that the election was stolen.
Donald Trump was the one spreading that lie. He spread it for 6 months before the election even happened.
Absent Trump, there was still a bunch of fucking shit going on.
No, there wasn't, but there really wasn't.
Yes, there was.
No, there really wasn't, though. No, there really wasn't, though.
A lot of people thought there was fraud.
Hold on, did Donald Trump ran in D.C.? Forget what COVID was like?
Hold on, I want to hear from Grid. Grid, go ahead, please.
Yeah, man. I mean, so Destiny, come on, man. Trump doesn't run NBC or Fox News or any of the other major networks that were carrying the stories of potential election fraud. It's literally so disingenuous of you to say that Trump made this all up and he was the one that was promoting this, when literally every news agency in the country was not only covering it, they were looking for it. And I mean, come on, man, stop it. That's bullshit.
Hold on, wait,
let
me just be clear. Was Fox News knowingly propagating lies about voter fraud on behalf of Trump's campaign? Was that a thing that happened?
I don't know. Can you tell me?
Yeah, they settled the largest.
100%, you're 100% sure that they were propagating lies.
Yes,
that you can
the
prove
Dominion.
That Fox
yes,
News lied.
The whole Dominion machine voter fraud. That was Fox News propagating things that they knew were lies from Trump's campaigns and campaign surrogates. Yes, they settled the largest defamation settlement of all the corporate history.
That's Then okay, then you just proved yourself wrong because you said that
hold on, please, everyone stop. No, Jeff, please, everyone stop. Grid. Do you acknowledge that that's true?
I don't know that Fox made that up themselves. I don't know.
Why are you even here if you don't know about the largest election-related defamation case, one of the largest election suits? Then you don't know anything about this. I don't even know how
Tucker Carlson getting fired from Fox. I mean, yeah, I remember it, but I don't know that all of that was 100% factual either. Again,
pretty crazy to not know anything about any of that, but okay.
Well,
a lot of shit about.
I don't say I know something unless I fucking know it. I'm not guessing.
So just for everyone's notification, there was a conviction. There was a not a conviction. I think that's the word. The
finding.
They settled. I think
finding.
There was a settlement.
There was a settlement by $2 billion companies.
Yeah. I think the settlement was for like $700 million.
But that doesn't support your claim that Trump did this.
Trump's campaign surrogates, people like Sidney Powell,
out there, and he
Trump's
was the guy doing it.
People in his group were the ones going to Fox News and telling them.
People now, okay, all right.
Yes, the president of the United States himself was not personally driving a car. He wasn't hopping on people like Sidney Powell, people like Rudy Giuliani, people like Mike Eastman, people like Kenneth Chesbrough.
But this is a double standard. You say if he doesn't say enough of what you want him to say, it's Trump's fault. But then when we're like, well, he didn't actually do it, and you can't give us direct evidence, you're like, oh, but in this case, it's implied. Like you're doing a double standard here, which is
it's the ultimate in goalpost moves. I mean, those goalposts are on the moon.
What goalpost do you think I've moved? Hold on, just to be clear, what goalpost do you think I've moved? Our original claim was that Donald Trump started spreading lies about the election, which he did.
That it was Trump who was out there saying that the election was rigged.
He did.
He did all of this, and he put it out there.
Yes.
But it wasn't him. It was Fox News. It was CNN. CNN was covering it.
Covering it is not the same as spreading the lie. Fox News spread it. It came from Sidney Powell was Trump's personal lawyer.
20 million people? No, Fox News does.
Yes, because Sidney Powell went to Fox News on behalf of Trump to spread the lie.
Dev, go ahead.
So you guys are asking for examples of when Trump himself did it, right? Okay. Do you guys know what happened at the White House on December 19th, 2020?
He met with Sidney. He met with Sidney Powell, Mike Lindell. No, another attorney. Yes, and that night was when he tweeted, "Be there, be wild."
On the 19th, there was a 1-hour meeting between Trump, Eastman, Pence, around 20 people from Congress and about a dozen senators, where they planned out what they were going to do on January 6th. Everything was laid out in that meeting on December 19th. And by the way, that's the reason.
Was that the first time that they made a story about election interference or potential election fraud? Was that the first time we heard about it?
Not the first time. No. But it is.
It wasn't Fox News. It wasn't CNN. It wasn't the BBC. It wasn't any of these other news agencies who were finding irregularities with the election.
For when Trump
there wasn't all of these news agencies whose job it is to cover the news who were finding the irregularities and Trump pointing to it and going, "Hey, we should look into this."
No, that's not what happened. No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Okay, then you live in a very special kind of world.
A factual world. What happened is people from Trump's group, remember the Kraken? I know you guys like the mind wipe and memory hole, all the stupid shit these people said, but it was Trump surrogates that had claimed to find evidence of voter fraud, and they presented these to state legislatures and to city councils and on TV and on Trump's fucking social media, and then the media looked into it. Nobody found anything.
Months after the story broke in the news, Destiny.
No.
It was literally a month and a half after the first iterations of election fraud. The Kraken wasn't even mentioned. It wasn't mentioned in November right after the election. It was late December when the Kraken was going to be released.
Before the election even happened, man.
Yes.
Okay. Here, I have a question for Mr.
I could be wrong about that.
There. What's he doing? Is he walking around a lobby?
He's talking to somebody. He's in a lobby.
I don't know what he's doing, man. But
that's not a green screen. He's in a lobby.
He's actually somewhere. No, give him what you got, Dev. Ask him the question.
Are you back? Yeah, you.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening. Sorry.
No problem. No, I have a question for you because earlier in the debate, you said something along the lines of that Trump didn't tell you to go there and he didn't tell you to do what you did, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I decided to go look this up. I didn't want to say it without confirming it because that's not the kind of guy I am. But I decided to go look it up. You do realize that in your trial, the defense you gave was that Trump told you to go there, right?
No, that was on the closing arguments, and it was very clear. If you go ahead and you go through the transcripts of it, we're saying that we were there because of the event at the Ellipse, not because the president told me to stop the certification of the election. Those are two different things.
What your attorney said was Trump told these people that the election was stolen. Trump told them to go there on January 6th, and it was Trump with his speech on January 6th that unleashed this mob on the Capitol. That's what your lawyer said.
Oh man.
Okay, and if you keep reading through the context of that, he's saying that event being there, right, and switching over to and saying, "Hey, we're going to go to the Capitol, and I'm going to go through and say peacefully and patriotically," made everybody go over there, right? And that's what happened. It was a riot. Look, nobody disagrees. It was a riot. It was a riot that gone bad. But to go and say that it's an insurrection, it's bullshit. It was a riot. It was a riot that gone bad. But to go and say that it's an insurrection, it's bullshit. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Like things go bad, and it went bad. And look, there was a big no. Trump did not.
I get it, man. I get it. Things go bad, but Trump told you.
Trump said on December 19th that there was going to be a rally. I was already at the November one. I was at December one, and I wasn't going to miss a January.
Can you answer the question real quick though, Dev? Can you ask it again, just directly? Just I want to get
because Trump did tell you to go there. You did say
we need to
Trump put together. So Trump put together. Trump said to be there on January 6th. Yes, I was there. I don't think anybody would disagree with.
Cool. Okay.
He put the event together. He didn't tell me to go.
No voices in your head or anything?
Yes, there's no voices in my head telling me.
Also, to
Trump
be clear,
wasn't in my head
that
telling me
whole
to go
Kraken
there.
thing, that started in November. Sidney Powell was fired in December by Trump. So
yeah,
that,
just
that
real
whole
quick,
voter bullshit started.
Jesiah from Pondering Politics for $10 says, a Wick fact-checked the fella in the upper right-hand corner. Powell publicly talked about releasing the Kraken on November 17th. So there you go.
So if we know that Trump was calling people there at least a month ahead of time, or around a month ahead of time, if we knew that he was telling people that the election had been stolen, that we had to fight like hell or we're going to lose our country, and then he sent a whole bunch of people to the Capitol.
Because that's what people believed at the time, yes.
Because he told them. Because he told them, yes. So yes, because he told them, right. So what? And then a riot just happens to break out, I guess, since we're saying who could have possibly foreseen that, right? And then if a riot breaks out, and then a riot breaks out, and then a riot breaks out. Why is it not until after Ashley Babbitt is shot and killed that Donald Trump finally tells people to go home? Why were him and Giuliani? Why would him and Giuliani be making phone calls to congressmen telling them to change their electoral certification votes? Why wouldn't Trump call in the National Guard
immediately? Because they believe it was stolen and that they should. That's called lobbying. It happens every fucking day.
So it was an insurrection.
Yes, you lobby somebody.
It was an insurrection.
Lobbying somebody. Welcome to Congress.
Lobbying somebody to change their vote in the presence of mass violence.
That's your stream, bro. Yeah, it absolutely is.
Mass violence, when it has to do with an official government proceeding, is called an insurrection. You're just defining insurrection in other words.
It's like you don't
Why
know
don't
how
you
the fuck
own
this
it?
thing
You
works.
should own
And you're
it.
so
You told me to
retarded
own it,
because you know
but you're the one
exactly
who's a
how it
fucking
works,
pussy. You're such
and
a
you're
fucking
playing the
loser,
fucking
dude.
part.
Just
You're
own
fucking-
it. You thought the
you're an
election
idiot.
was stolen. You guys showed up to
Yes,
intimidate
I did, and the election
congressmen
was
into changing the
stolen,
outcome of the election.
The
That's an
election was stolen,
insurrection.
period.
Insurrection.
Period.
It's an
By you
insurrection.
people.
An
By you
insurrection.
people.
It was
You
an
people
insurrection.
stole
It
the
was an
election. That's it.
insurrection. It was
That's
an
what it is.
insurrection.
You promoted the
It was an
Steele
insurrection.
dossier. You went
Insurrection
ahead
after
and
the
you fucking
election.
went ahead and
Election
you
was already
demonized
over.
Trump's supporters for so fucking long.
Okay,
And then
there will be order in this court. There will be order in
I'm
this
happy.
court.
Any of the cases, any of them, he lost every single.
Ask the judge. Ask the judge.
Order in the court. There you go.
$10 from Ace Chrome Cheetah to say kind of ironic, since for Turio I'm sorry. I know I'm mispronouncing your name. Forgive me.
Tario.
For Tario to accuse Destiny of simping for the Justice Department, since there's evidence that he had been an informant for federal and local law enforcement. Were you an informant for federal and local law enforcement?
Yes, I took down an entire sex trafficking ring in 2013. Yes, I put 30 people in fucking prison because they were a bunch of fucking pedophiles and sex traffickers. And if anybody has a problem with that, then I tell you what they're protecting, right? They're protecting fucking pedophiles and sex traffickers. So yes, I am very proud that I put 30 fucking people in prison and 2 of them are serving life terms. And I do it again. And every time that I find somebody that does some type of sexual assault shit or some sex crimes, like my buddy up there, Destiny, we'll put them in prison. And you know what happens to people like Destiny in prison?
So just curious then. Nice. You know how they say that like 36, so you know how they say like 36 feds, you know how they say like 36, you know they say 36 federal informants. So when they say 36 feds, when they say 36 feds, when they say 36, probably shit that you enjoy, I'm sure. When they said that 36 feds then were at the January 6th insurrection, you would have been counted among those, right? If you would have actually stayed overnight?
I mean, I guess if you want to count me in there, yes.
Yeah,
but I did not inform. I went to trial. I did not inform on anybody on January 6th. You know what I did? I strapped my fucking balls in and I sat there with my fucking brothers and I went to trial and I got offered a sweetheart deal to lie about the president and I took 22 in the face. And you'd never do that for any of your friends. You fucking
cool. You did the Roger Stone meme. You kept your mouth shut. You didn't say shit. That's crazy. So did you just admit that you had stuff that you could have given about Donald Trump or Roger Stone or whoever the fucking freaks you were talking to on that day? You decided not to because you were going to get rewarded for it by Donald Trump with a pardon. That's great. Thanks. That's a new thing I can add to my fucking dossier. No, I read your indictment. I read the filings in court where you got convicted of seditious conspiracy for the first time in how many fucking years in this country? Unbelievable. Yeah, keep hoping
that you get persecuted for your fucking views and you go to prison.
Well, if my views are that I should get to insurrect the government because I'm too fucking retarded to read a voter roll, because I'm too fucking retarded to not fall for fake news on Twitter, I hope I go to prison too, okay? Yeah, I'm sure. Is that what you enjoyed in prison? Is that what you like doing all the time?
We gotta take it from 11. We gotta bring it down to like an 8. Okay, just that's all I'm saying.
So just let me know when you want 11 again.
I want my channel to remain monetized. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, mine too.
What you just said, because you mentioned that
you monetized.
So go ahead, Dev. Go ahead, Dev, please.
You had put away some pedophiles in 2013, which you got, good job, by the way. Fair enough. With that being said, why do you still support Trump, considering that he's obviously in the Epstein files?
This is a red herring. What the fuck? Let's get back to the topic. Dev or Destiny, can either of you guys answer, like, out of the thousands of people that showed up that day, can you prove that they were all there because Trump directed them there? Do you have any proof of that?
Because I got a whole lot of proof. A lot of people were talking about the election being stolen and didn't need Trump to tell them shit.
How could we possibly prove that? What kind of proof are you looking for?
Oh, there you go.
That's your allegation. Hold on. You made the claim. It's on you.
I got disconnected.
Well, so if a guy were to say, I want 10 people to come to my house tomorrow night.
Answer my question.
I'm answering you, fucking retard. Let me finish speaking, okay? I'm sorry. If the sentence is longer than 7 words, you can't fucking answer. If I say 10 people, hey, fruitcake, shut the fuck up and let me finish. If I say 10 people come to my house tomorrow and 10 people show up at my house, maybe 11 or 12, maybe somebody brings a friend, and you say, can you prove, better than 10 dudes come into your mouth, you disgusting fuck, okay? You're telling me that I can't prove. How am I supposed to prove that every single person that showed up was there because of shit? Maybe on camera, okay? Chill. All right? Yeah, let me ask the fucking question, okay? Let me answer the question, okay? Let me ask the question. It's not crazy. I know it sucks. Dealing in the world of fact is hard for you motherfuckers, okay? How are you possibly supposed to prove that every single person shows up because, like, Donald Trump, he announced the event and people showed up for the event and he was a speaker for the event, and then they went there protesting under his name? I think it's safe to say that the vast majority of them, 99%, showed up because of him.
Okay, that's a total.
But I didn't. Hold on. My invitation did not say insurrection.
Just real quick.
My invitation said, "Hey, come to a rally."
Just real quick. I want to make sure Kung Fu Joe, did that answer your question? Why or why not?
Fuck no. No, it didn't. That was a total fucking dodge.
In that case, Renee good.
I asked you very straightforward.
Kung Fu Joe, I'll answer for you.
Right, Destiny?
I'll give you
because your people are hyping up this whole ICE thing. So by your own account, Renee Good, it was good that she got shot in the face, that she deserved it, right?
Why would I say that?
because of how you framed everything right now is, well, the president's told everybody to go there, and then, but he never pointed at anybody. But now you're demonizing
he literally
ICE, and now the
pointed
same
them
thing
to the
happened on the other
Capitol.
side.
Wait, he literally pointed them to the
Because you said the same
Capitol.
thing about Ashley Babbitt. You said the same thing about Ashley Babbitt.
was trying to
So
break
you know
into
what?
a secured area
So you know what?
where there were congressmen at the other end of the hallway and
Well,
a Secret
Renee
Service
tried
agent.
to run over an
She
ICE
didn't
agent
try
and
to
she
run
got
over an
popped
ICE
in the
agent. She
face.
was trying to escape
4
the scene.
times.
It's very obvious.
got
She was
popped in
trying
the
to.
face 4
She was
times after
very
running over
obvious.
her.
Very
Right?
obvious. She was trying to drive
And
away.
she
It's not
wasn't
even
even
remotely
armed. At least the other
comparable.
one was armed with
Wasn't
a
even
fucking Honda.
remotely
Babbitt was trying to get away
comparable.
from an Antifa member named Zachary Alam. That's why she punched him in the face before going through the window.
That's really.
Yeah, really. His name is Zachary Alam. Yeah,
Okay.
he was an Antifa member. He broke the window that she crawled through.
Absolutely. And she was forced the entire way. I heard there were 3 Antifa people that carried her all the way to the front of that protest, and they were all pushing her through that window. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. How many Antifa? It's so crazy that we've got thousands of different angles of video footage and everything else, and the best thing you could do is the Zach dude and Ray Epps. It's crazy how many instigators there were that just aren't on camera for some reason. That's fucking wild. It's crazy that Enrique Tarrio here never mentioned anything about an instigator forcing the Proud Boys to go there. Isn't that kind of weird? It's kind of crazy, huh?
We can address the Antifa thing. You can stop freaking out, and I can address the Antifa thing. Landon Copeland, an Antifa member, he actually gave a signed confession saying there were hundreds of Antifa there that he met with before.
Who?
Landon Copeland.
No, who the fuck asked, retard? This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. She tried to climb through the window on her own. We can all see it on fucking video footage. Nobody's pushing her fat retarded fucking ass through the fucking window. You're retarded. Sorry. Done. You're done. Sub 80 IQ. Mute him.
Was she more dangerous than the woman driving the car?
I want to give Dev wanted to answer Kung Fu Joe's question. If we can get back to that for a moment, go ahead, Dev. Answer the question if you'd like.
Just refresh.
Do you remember the question?
What was your question? Go ahead.
I want to know that if he has proof of like what percentage of people showed up there because Trump told them to be there.
It was Trump announced the event. He was going to be there. He told people.
So you can't.
No. Hear me out. Because Trump did announce the event. Yes, he announced it several times on social media, and also more importantly, he retweeted. This got like over 100,000 likes. He retweeted Ivan Raiklin's tweet, where Ivan Raiklin said, "America, Mike Pence must do this tomorrow to defend our Constitution from our enemies. Big tech censorship, MSM censorship, corrupt officials at the federal, state, and local levels." And then it says, go to the, so yes, he's promoting these things. He's retweeting these things. At least some people who saw that ended up going. Yes, there's a connection.
You don't know how many. You don't know how many.
Hold on. Just let me ask you this.
More than zero.
Kung Fu Joe.
Obviously, yes.
Just real quick.
There were plenty of other motivations for people to be there than Trump.
That were all.
Kung Fu Joe, can you just acknowledge that perhaps at least a majority were probably there because Trump invited him? Can we just infer that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Why
not.
not?
I think there's plenty of.
Why is that unreasonable?
Because I have a list of reasons why it's unreasonable. There was a lot of expanded mail-in voting. That's sus. That's one. The heavy-handedness during COVID under Democrats mostly. This list is things that mostly Democrats are responsible for. So in a way, you could say Democrats were responsible for January 6th because they pissed off a lot of fucking people. They pissed off a lot of people. Changes to election procedures without legislative approval, restricted poll watcher access in some urban counting centers, high voter turnout, and record vote totals. Are you going to tell me that all these other things on top of like a year of COVID, like heavy-handedness, is not going to make people suspicious, right, of the Democratic Party when they were pushing this shit the hardest?
Why are they suspicious of the Democratic Party? We're asking how many do you think, and you don't have to give us an exact number, percentage-wise, showed up because Donald Trump announced an event and said, come to this event?
Actually, let me ask you this, okay? So, Kung Fu Joe, are you aware that Turning Point USA was in contact with the Trump campaign to actually facilitate bringing people to DC for the event? And Charlie Kirk himself said this. He said that they were busing people in to attend this fucking event.
Who the hell
cares? That not them being brought in directly
by Trump? My point is that there are thousands upon thousands of people there, right? And the thing that you guys are alleging is that they're all there because of Trump. I'm saying that's bullshit. We don't fucking know that. What?
Right.
Okay, you can't even put a percent. Okay, put a percentage on it. What do you think it is? Can you even put a percentage on it? Honestly, no.
95+%, of course. If Donald Trump hadn't made the calls to be there, if Donald Trump had made the calls to be there, the people wouldn't have shown up.
They're pissed anyway, dude.
I would have.
They
A
were
lot of people would.
pissed. They were
Stop,
pissed.
stop.
They were. You keep saying this. Yes, they were pissed anyway.
Hold
They
up.
were pissed because of lies that Donald Trump was telling.
Experience here.
They were pissed because of lies that Donald Trump was spreading.
I can speak from experience here.
Yes.
Destiny, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Even if Donald Trump didn't say anything, he said on November 14th, and December 12th was not promoted by Trump, and there was tens of thousands of people on the ground on DC without Trump saying a fucking word. So we could stop. We could cut that shit off. We could cut that shit off. That has no merit. That has no merit whatsoever.
I also think
and he needs that. He needs that as part of his narrative. It's part of his narrative. He needs that. He can't prove it.
Destiny already. Look,
you guys literally already said nobody even knew about the January 6th date until Trump called people to protest there. A November 14th protest on the night of the election makes sense.
People were talking about this all over the place, independent of Trump, and they were pissed about the stolen election. Trump said, "Oh, I'm upset about, or we're worried about mail-in voting," and everybody's like, "Oh, well, let's keep an eye on that." And then, wouldn't you know it, a bunch of mail-in fraud. We're all like, "Oh, now we know."
But there was no mail-in fraud, right? Never found any of that mail-in fraud, right?
Okay, so just real quick, $10 from Josiah, Pondering Politics, to say multiple convicted January 6ers and many who pled guilty said they were there and did what they did for Trump. Check the court records. Dev can probably quote it verbatim.
I address that because
please.
That's what's called. People do that during what's called an allocution. It's basically throwing yourself at the mercy of the court. It's basically, I'm sorry, I was a bad boy. When it comes to federal sentencing, you have a sentencing guideline based on an arbitrary number system. If you accept responsibility for your crime, you typically get a 3-point reduction in your sentence. But if you show no remorse, then you can get a 3-point enhancement. It might sound arbitrary, it is, but that's a 6-point difference in your sentencing, and that can be a huge disparity in how much time you do. And especially when you consider most of these guys were like blue collar guys, or they had wives and families to get home to. They were trying to do whatever they could to get home the soonest. It's also why even more people took plea deals than actually put the government to its burden at trial.
It's a humiliation ritual, not law.
Yep.
It is.
So it's not a humiliation ritual.
Yes, it is when you're doing
an allocation statement and an allocution statement.
No.
Trying to place the blame on somebody else.
Let Destiny respond to this.
Trying to put the blame on somebody else is like the opposite point of a fucking allocution statement. Because the whole point of allocution is that you're supposed to show you're taking responsibility for whatever the fuck else. So if you were to do an allocution statement, you would say, "Well, it was just because of Donald Trump," the whole fucking time.
Well, welcome to DC. Welcome to the DC circuit. Yeah, welcome to the federal circuit in Washington, D.C., where they want you to throw Trump under the bus. There was a snake in the jail with me named Tom Civic. He got released on bond because he wrote a letter to the judge saying, "I'm sorry, I supported Trump. I'm Antifa now. I'm a good boy."
I'm sure. Yeah, all those corrupt judges, all the Antifa, Trans-Tifa. Yeah.
Why didn't they charge people in their hometowns, Destiny?
Can I ask a question?
Why didn't they charge people in their hometown? Why would you charge people? Because the crime happened in D.C.
I'm giving you his name. Look it up. I'm giving you his name. Tom Civic. Look it up. I don't need to make this up. I have enough experience with this. I'm not making it up. I'm giving you a defendant's name. It actually happened. Look it up. Actually, according to NPR. Yeah, but well, look it up. Tom Civic wrote a letter. His judge released him out on bond. His restrictions were that he couldn't watch Fox News and far right content. But he was saying that we were cult members in the jail because we sang the national anthem at night. That's what they expected. It was a humiliation ritual. Suck it.
Yeah. So I got a question for Destiny here. Since he said that, I got tried by a member of my jury, I want to go back in a time machine really quick, and I want to give him the same example, and I want to see if he feels the same way. Pre-civil rights era, and even after civil rights era, in the South, specifically in Alabama, there was a lot of black African-American defendants that got sentenced to not life in prison, they got sentenced to death. And they went to trial, and ever since then, a lot of them have been overturned. But because the reason why they were overturned, it was because it was a white racist jury as members of the jury, which were clearly, and they had said that they hate N-words. So in that case, can you say that those people that got death sentences in the state, we'll focus on the state of Alabama, would you say that they got fair trials too?
I would say probably not. Do you have evidence that the jury came out and was making statements like, "I hate all Trump supporters and I'm going to convict all Trump supporters," or?
Destiny, I have a couple of those examples that are worse. When the judge in my case asked, and three individuals did the same exact thing.
Did any of the jury come out and say anything like this?
Did the jury? Yes, they did.
Members of the
As a matter
jury
of
came
fact,
out and said that we hate all Trump supporters. We're going
dude,
to
I
convict
just
all
said,
Trump supporters.
listen. No, they said worse than that.
Okay.
They asked, do you know about Enrique Tarrio and the Proud Boys? And they said yes. Do you have strong feelings towards Enrique Tarrio and the Proud Boys? Yes. What are those strong feelings, and describe them? Nazis, anti-Semitic, racist, all sorts of things. Okay. Based on those strong feelings, can you, as a member of the jury, judge this case, set those feelings aside and judge this case by the evidence and the evidence alone? Do you know what those three people said?
Yes.
They said no.
No?
They said no.
And
They said no.
Why didn't your
And the
attorney
very
get them
next
thrown
day,
out?
We did. We tried. Believe me, when somebody says that, we did try. The very next day and the day after that, those three members of the juries were put right back on the stand and asked the same question. And if you've ever been in that position, the judge sits on a podium this tall with a black robe, very menacing, and asks, "Are you sure?" And all three of them said yes the very next day. After already saying no, they said hard no, there wasn't no ifs, ands, or maybes. And they were allowed to sit in my trial. During the trial, the foreman of the jury, we protest Drag Queen Story Hour all the time. We asked if he was politically active. He said no. After the trial, actually months after the trial, months after my sentencing, we find out that this gentleman puts together Drag Queen Story Hours in the DC area, an area known for Proud Boys protesting Drag Queen Story Hour, and specifically one of his events. So people can hate me all they want, but the process wasn't fair. And this happened many, many, many times over. So I'd encourage you to rethink your position when it comes to my conviction.
I'm going to let Destiny and Dev respond to that. And then I have Josiah really wants me to read these out. So once Destiny and Dev respond to that, I'm going to read something from Pondering Politics, Josiah, and then that's the order we'll go into. Go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to find information about this Thomas Sibick guy who assaulted the police officer.
Sibick.
No, yeah, but are you saying you're saying that he got out on bond because he wrote some letter saying that he was Antifa now or whatever?
I said Antifa facetiously. He said he was no longer a conservative or Trump supporter. He was a liberal, and that was I believe it should have been September. Would have been in September of 2021.
What can I Google to find this letter or whatever?
I can look it up. Hold on.
While you guys are looking that up, so here's what Josiah has to say. He says, Tarrio said Trump had nothing to do with the November 14th, 2020 Million MAGA March. But here he is, the day before, hyping it up and saying he'd show up. And he made an appearance with his motorcade. The tweets he's referring to is on the 13th of November, 2020. He says, heartwarming to see all the tremendous support out there, especially the organic rallies that are springing up all over the country, including a big one on Saturday in D.C. I may even try to stop by and say hello. This election was rigged from Dominion all the way up and down. And then he also, that's what he says on the 13th of November.
Hey guys, sorry to cut in here. I'm sorry to cut in on your thing. I got to run. I got another event that I got to go to. I really got to say I appreciate you for putting this together. I appreciate my brother Tim Hale, everybody else on this. Destiny, thank you for being here. Dev, thank you guys. Appreciate you. I'll be back. If you guys want to do this again, I'm open.
Okay. Have a great day. Thank you for coming.
Keep in touch with yourself.
I will touch myself.
No, not on screen.
Take it deep. Hey, I got that. I got a link to that letter. I'm trying to put it in a chat, but it's not pulling up. Can I do the screen share, or is that what I should do? Or
send me the link, and I will put it on screen.
Alrighty.
Just DM it to me directly.
And now he freezes.
Guys, we're gonna continue to stay on the debate. So, yeah, what's up?
Hamster internet at its best.
What is going on? Me, I am in the green room. Hi, how are you, everybody?
That's the handwritten.
Walk me through it. Yeah, see it on screen. You should be able to read.
Yeah, if you don't see it, click on the share button, bro. Or view stream or something.
Read it, Wick.
Okay. This is from Julie Kelly. There's one get out of jail free card. Write a letter to Trump loathing judge like Amy Berman. Jack.
You guys got word. I got to shut down. Love you guys.
Standards I hold myself to. What happened?
I'm all done listening to that fucking homo. If Enrique's not on it, we have no reason to fucking give him any more fucking.
No. Oh, I just fucking burped.
I don't know. He's coming down here right now. Let's see if we'll get him on.
That was me and Rob, guys. That was me and Rob fighting against each other where he had no connection, but he was still controlling the fucking thing.
I know this shit. This is fucking crazy, dude. The internet here is just.
Yep. The internet there is doo-doo is what he's saying, guys, since he locked up.
Yeah, during that whole thing, the woman that's running this thing came in, and I was like, "Hey, we gonna fix the internet?" She goes, "Well, what's wrong with the internet?" And I said, "Well, it sucks." She said,
we're running on a 56K fucking modem right now.
Sure, shit feels like it, dude.
Did you? Man, I had to connect to fucking AOL when I connected to the internet.
Yeah. Same thing.
I'm glad though. I'm glad I had a stable internet and I was able to come in and fucking stream it for you guys.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. This has been an issue all day today. We tried to do the
since I said I was staying off of the fucking internet.
I just want to share this picture of.
Please share that picture again.
There we go. There he is.
There he is. Hey, buddy, Destiny. Welcome, Destiny to the War Boys podcast,
bro.
War Boys Studio,
bro. That shit's fucking nuts, bro.
Welcome, Destiny. How are you? Oh, well, he's gone.
Oh, looks like there's internet here. Hold on one second, guys. I'm gonna get off screen for a second. My mic.
Hey, it's me. How are you guys doing? What's up? Yeah, internet and all that shit. What's going on? I don't have my lights on or nothing, dude. This is horrible. I don't have my glasses. I can't see anything. This is fucking awesome. I wasn't supposed to be on stream. So what's going on, guys? How y'all doing? Exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. I didn't have my lights on or nothing, dude. It's insane. Insane. I was set up. It's all a conspiracy. C-O-N-spiracy. What up, hot sauce? It's a conspiracy, a C-O-N-spiracy. I was forced to come on to the War Boys studio and listen to politics. And, well, it really wasn't politics, so I'm not too mad about it. How about the craziness that's going on right now? I know we were just talking about January 6th, but there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world.
So I got to take a minute to bust Enrique's balls, like I always do. So we have this. So we're in a closed off mall, and like every single shop is shut down. And so we have this big, beautiful fucking room that we can do all this shit in, right? Set up the studio. We're gonna restream what's going on tomorrow, and
you better get internet.
Everybody who's coming to this event, well, they just dropped it off. The guy just dropped it off. Now we got it's this fucking internet thing in a fucking Pelican case. So I go, dude, do we have any like? Dude, it's fucking like legit shit, man. This is fucking crazy. Here,
you dropped it off in a pellet. Meal Team 6 came and dropped your fucking internet off.
I'm not
in the Pelican case.
This is internet.
Yeah, it looks like internet. Looks like a fucking Pelican case to me.
Looks like a fucking bomb. Looks like a bomb, dude.
It's fucking ticking, bro. Look at
there. Good. At least it went out. Happily go out.
Now fucking Enrique's gonna sit there for 7 hours and try to figure out how to set it up. Why didn't they set it up for you?
No. I'm setting it up. I'm getting it done without him.
You're not gonna have any audio then, guys. Just letting you know.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely. We got the fucking audio is perfect. You got to admit the internet might suck right now.
He says the audio is perfect as he sounds like a fucking robot. That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's because of the fucking internet, you faggot. So anyway, I said, Enrique, we're supposed to be here restreaming this thing because we're going to be restreaming this whole entire thing, all fucking 11 hours of it tomorrow, or however many hours. It goes from 2 to 11. And
well, you guys better have some fucking internet because I have to work, bro. So
yeah. Well, Gavin's coming in. He's gonna fucking do some interviews in here on the show. It's just going to be a big thing, right? So I was like, dude, do you have any like product information for people? Do you have any kind of like swag or anything? He's like, do you at least have a sign?
Hold on, bro. I got to make the people happy. Yeah.
I was like, are we just gonna like? We normally look tools. Are we gonna look like a bunch of tools that don't have a fucking like our studio name so that people know who the fuck we are? So this morning I got on the fucking internet and I went to fucking Staples and I made a fucking sign.
Printed out signs. Studios. Just kind of how.
And I had to drive the fucking and to drive outside. Yeah. So here's our sign.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
This fucking thing was $100, dude.
Why, son? That's fucking nice, dude. Send that shit to me.
It says
send that to me so I can put it behind me.
It says PB gay is okay right there.
Oh yeah, definitely fucking give me that, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then Enrique's there. I don't know if you can see it. He's right there in the middle with a fucking, like an old school fucking Kevlar helmet on. And he looks like a fucking head of a penis. I mean, nice. He normally looks like the head of a penis, but they're
more of a penis. Yeah.
Yeah, more of a penis than normal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we finally got all the audio issues and all the video issues and everything worked out, man. And then we have nothing but fucking bullshit fucking internet issues.
Dude, you guys were on it today. Where you guys were at was a fucking perfect spot. So, but now you're in.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't bad.
Now you're in a shutdown Hollister.
Now I'm in what?
Now you're in a shutdown Hollister. Or a fucking shutdown fucking Gap.
This is actually a bar.
Oh. Well,
this is actually a bar.
That's pretty convenient, right?
That's a bar behind me.
That's pretty convenient.
Yeah, there's taps in the other room and shit.
Nice, dude.
I don't know.
I love your fucking internet, dude, right now. When you turned your internet on, did it go beep 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 bah bah? Had to
have. I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's fucking.
Sure it did.
Yeah, this is fucking retarded. This hopefully works, dude, because I don't know, a lot of fucking shit to stream.
Where's the boss? Oh, yeah.
I don't know. He's being him. I'm trying to call him. Oh boy.
Sorry.
I can't stand that motherfucker's voice, dude. I just can't.
Who? Which one?
Holy shit. Destiny, dude.
Oh yeah.
Look, dude.
Well, I mean, in his defense, he watches his wife get fucked by other dudes. So
I don't know if that's a defense or not. But look at this fucking data.
wow, dude. He looks like a fucking Muppet.
My fucking forearm's bigger than thigh. Dude, I would punch a hole in that motherfucker's chest.
He looks like he has Jim Henson's fucking hand stuck up his ass. We can't see it, but we gotta wait. Nope. There he goes. He's off again. Fucking wonderful internet, dude. You have the best internet, dude. It's great. Look at there. Look at that. Look at that, dude. He looks like a fucking Muppet. Like he has Jim Henson's hand literally stuck up his fucking asshole. His phone is bigger than his face, dude. Look at it. No,
I know. Look at that.
Dude, he could wear that fucking phone as a fucking. He needs to put it in his plate carrier. He can use it as a fucking plate. You think that's a level 3 fucking phone? It's a level 3 plate phone.
Dude, it looks like one of those fucking hairless cats. Dude,
why would you ever put something like that on the internet, dude? Oh my god.
That just shows you how unbelievably unaware.
Listen, dude. Remember, whatever you put on the internet,
I just wanted to make fun.
It's there forever. Like forever. You can delete it. It's fucking there forever. Somebody has that shit saved somewhere.
Trying to get rid of all the movies that I made back in the late 90s.
No, bro. No, you just have to eat them things, dude. You just have
this shit's done, dude.
You have to accept. Look, there he goes again. He's off again. I would love to say that this isn't Rob's fault, but I think it's Rob's fault. One's going to take whatever fucking this is, and we're going to remove it. We're going to remove that. There we go. What's up, buddy?
Oh, I'm back. Hey, look at that shit. I'm back.
Yeah. Nope. He was back. He was back. Dude, this is this disaster fucking internet, bro.
Offline.
That's awesome.
No, I didn't really do porn movies in the late 90s.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah.
not.
I mean, it happens. Whatever. I don't judge.
Yeah,
dude.
but I didn't. I wouldn't even think that's not even a flex. Not even close.
So, Rob, you see all this stuff. I know you've been on the road, but you see a lot of this stuff going on right now. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, we were Enrique and I, when we ran out to Staples to go pick this fucking thing up, right? Mm-hmm. We met up with a friend of mine. His name's Mark Naughton. He's also an investigative reporter. If you guys don't know him, Mark on X. I put a picture of us. If you go to my page, there's a picture of the three of us at lunch. Go follow Mark. He's a good dude, really good dude. And Mark, if you're watching, thank you for dinner or lunch, whatever. You didn't have to. Appreciate it. No, you didn't get that because you're not here.
I was there in DC. Listen, I took a picture with you guys in DC. Don't give me that shit.
No, you photoshopped yourself into the fucking picture, you fucking goon. That shit was pretty funny, though. That shit was pretty funny. So when we were on our way, back, coming back to the studio so that Enrique can do this stupid fucking interview with that goddamn fucking cuck, we watched the police chief in Philadelphia say that ICE agents aren't legitimate law enforcement.
Oh wow!
And that they are going. No, she said, and she goes, thank God we have such a great, because we're gonna arrest these motherfuckers.
I think he said something about arresting.
Threatening to her. Can you imagine the Philadelphia police trying to arrest a federal agent?
I don't think they would, to be honest with you. I think that they would honor their oath enough.
Their chief, big black lesbian woman.
What they need to do in Philadelphia is not worried about the fucking ICE officers. They need to worry about Kensington fucking Avenue.
They need to worry about South Street.
Yeah, they need to worry about their fucking problems. Their goddamn zombies that they have walking around on the fucking street.
Dude, you can't even go up to the fucking bell anymore. You get fucking rolled. Yeah. Dude, when I lived I was in Philadelphia all the time. I was doing custom car back then.
Hell yeah, dude. What Patriot Robs is trying to say is beer dog ball, but he can bang ball, ching ball. Patriot Rob has been working on his Chinese, and he's trying to showcase it for you here, guys, here tonight. So if you understand Mandarin, he is actually speaking a dialect of Chinese called Mandarin. So we'd like to thank him for expanding his horizons.
What was the last thing you heard? No.
A fucking robot, bro. That's what the last thing I heard, dude. Yep, absolutely. Your fucking Mandarin is excellent. Oh. Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him he's not on? Yeah, I know, right? Neither do I. It's awesome. It's actually awesome that he fucking sounds like a robot.
Now? No.
Yeah, well, we heard.
Sound like a robot?
You do. You sound like a robot, bro.
Right now? Sound like a
because
fucking
it's your
robot?
your internet is crazy right now. Nope, look at there he goes again. Guys, we like to he's back now. I'm doing the play-by-play, bro. I got you, homie. Oh, now he's gone. So we'd like to thank you for joining the War Boys Studios broadcast tonight. And one day, that place where they're at right now will pay their internet bill and they can have internet. But as of right now, they don't.
I have the internet right here.
It is a dead mall. So they are in some kind of bar that was closed down. Next to them is a FYE, and next to that is a Hollister.
No. It's a Strawberries, dude. It's a Strawberries.
And it's Strawberries. They have a Strawberries. And then, like, there's a pretzel place next to that.
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct. It is a hamster on a wheel for the internet.
Listen, it's not my fucking fault, dude.
Somehow I'm going to find a way to blame Enrique Torrio.
Oh, yeah, that is totally his fucking fault. Like, the only thing that anybody could ever blame me for ever happened before I got all my shit fixed was having massive amounts of fucking audio issues. And now I'm having audio issues because of Enrique.
Yep, it's his.
Yeah,
right?
You know what? You guys remember I got that fucking Starlink, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to need it because I'm going to be in DC in a hotel, and then I'm going to be in Atlantic City in a fucking hotel.
But I'm
not going to need the fucking Starlink
inside the building where you're at. I don't think, would it? I don't know. Don't you have to have an antenna outside or something?
Yeah, and I'm, I don't know, about 100 yards from an outdoor a door that goes outside. So I don't know. I'm kind of aggravated about the whole internet.
My internet's working perfect, by the way. Just want you to know.
Well, I look at this thing.
It looks like fucking dude. You need to walk through. You need
advanced.
to walk through the mall
dude,
and set that next to somebody and just say, "Watch this," and walk off.
There's a little LED counter right here.
Be like,
And
set it down really
something
fast and be like,
like
hey, watch this, and walk the fuck off really fast and see what they do. Fucking, just fucking. Just fucking see what they do, bro. It's fucking.
Oh man, I'm so tired, dude.
Thank God I'm
This
not
shit,
there,
man.
bro.
Bro.
Could you imagine the fucking fun we could have if I was there?
Oh, dude, you would have fucking raged quit an hour ago. Fuck you. I didn't even
Oh,
want to
yeah.
hear it. You would have been
Oh,
like,
with the
you would have
internet?
been like,
Yeah,
fuck
absolutely.
this shit. I'm fucking done. Fuck this. You would have thrown the mic. You would have fucking stormed off.
That would have
We
been
would
me.
have found Reno fucking crying in a corner with a fucking thing of Haagen-Dazs shaking like he just got raped.
Yeah, probably. I probably would have, dude. I don't deal with internet issues very well.
You don't deal with losing $120,000 worth of fucking our Raiders gear either.
Oh my god, bro.
Dude, listen, let me tell you, you haven't. Oh man. Oh wait, I think he fucking messaged me. Let's see. Did he message me? No.
He said he messaged you. Said we're going back to the hotel.
Yeah. He's got to walk right by me. I'll see him. He can't. There's no way to get to the hotel without walking right by this.
I saw Gavin on the fucking feed, so I don't know if he might be caught up with him.
Oh, Gavin's down here?
Yeah, I saw him on the feed
with Destiny.
Yeah, when they were debating when he was master debating Destiny, I saw Gavin walk up. So there might be
Yeah, Kim, come on.
Kim, come on.
Yeah.
I'll have somebody to talk to when fucking his fucking shitty internet goes on.
Oh god, dude, fucking.
Yeah, their whatever. The debate. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. That was the fucking screaming over each other. That's what it's called. Yep.
Dude, that's
how you debate Destiny. The only way you're gonna shut him up is to see him like debate him in person, and when he starts screaming over you, punch him in the fucking face. And then he shuts up and you can get your fucking point out. Hence why I don't debate. There you go, buddy. I just threw a Zen in for you. So, Kim, you are more than welcome to come in. But please use the guest link so you don't kick me off. That would be awesome.
Yeah, she definitely has the guest link.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just waiting to see if he shows up or not.
Yep. Call him. I'm going to call him right now.
It goes right to fucking voicemail.
Yep. I'm going to call him right now. Watch. I got to find him. Okay, here we go. No, that's the FaceTime.
We're going to be wearing fucking suits to this. Oh, you know what? I'm going to call the other one.
Your call.
Call Bobby. Call Bobby.
Mother of fuck. Hold on. Okay. Call Bobby. Oh, Bobby's with him?
Yeah, Bobby's right up his ass.
Watch, I'm going to get called scum.
Bobby's so far up his ass, he could check his fucking tonsils.
Hello, you reached Robert Picker.
Hello,
I could call Gavin.
You've reached Robert Pickle Sniffer.
Maybe I can call Gavin. No, because I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's with Gavin.
No, I texted Gavin. And Gavin would have to walk right by here. I would have seen him.
Did you call the other one?
I'm going to right now.
Okay. Thank you for calling her. I'm not doing it. But hey, guys, thanks for fucking chilling out with us all fucking Was that 2,400 people? That's awesome. Thanks for chilling out with us. There's Kim Coulter right there. Let's add her to the screen. There we go. What's up, Kim? How are you?
I'm doing good. We're just cuddling with the puppy. So I was like, what are the boys doing?
We are dealing. I am sitting here being very well connected to the internet, and Rob is apparently being not connected to the internet.
Why am I not surprised?
Mm-hmm. Well, he is in.
Oh, here he comes. Here he comes.
He is in what used to be a bar in a mall that is no longer.
Look, we have internet. We don't know how to hook it up, though. We don't know how to hook it up. We got to get their tech guy. Dude, it looks like a motherfucking bomb. Look at this shit.
What I told him. What I told him.
It's not that easy.
What I told him to do is to.
Yeah, that's an amplifier.
He can't hear you.
Okay.
Enrique, can you hear me?
No, he can't. Put these headphones on. Talking to that mic. Everything was working fine. Oh, it is Gavin. Look, it is Gavin.
I told you.
I thought Gavin was around.
Yeah. Enrique, what you need to do is you need to take that box that the internet is in.
Mike, check.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
You need to take that box that the internet is in and find somebody sitting down and walk up to them really fast and be like, "Here, hold this," and then like walk off really fast.
Because it looks like a bomb.
It does look like a bomb.
I keep telling you we need to change the word cat to the bomb, and we need to start just ambiguously referring to a bomb.
So I'm curious, because I gotta be out of here in a second. What did you guys think?
Why? Where are you going?
Screen. That's what I did.
I need a cigarette.
Oh, fuck you. Can we go out that door?
Yeah.
I need to fix I fixed your stream is what happened.
What do you mean you fixed my stream?
Oh,
because
dude,
of
we were
your
just
shitty
having.
fucking
I hooked
internet.
the internet up over there, and it just keeps going in and out because it's fucking blocked, and I didn't want to move it, so we just kept it going.
All right. So what did you guys think? Period.
And
the people watching, what did you guys think?
Destiny's so annoying.
I can see
Bro,
why
he
other
doesn't-
dudes fuck his wife.
He was so. What sucked is that there was way too many people giving their input.
Yeah.
I don't like, even in the news show in the morning, I don't like doing more than like 4 people.
Tell
When
Gavin
we
to
get
come over here and say
5.
hi. By the way,
Who?
Tell Gavin to come over here and say hi.
Yeah, I'll tell him now. It was just too many people talking. I wish it was just me and him, because I felt like I didn't need. He kept.
Dude, he would have talked over you anyway.
He kept bringing. He tried to bring data, and it was all wrong.
Yep.
It was all wrong.
Yep.
The first breach, the second breach, the third breach, and where he fucked himself up was in the beginning. He tried to act like oh, let's talk about words. He was very specific. Trump didn't use this word. Blah 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 blah. But he wasn't very specific when he said, "Well, you guys were at the first breach, the second breach, and the third breach. You guys were at the front of everything." So I just found it. I found it a little strange.
Yeah, it wasn't very. genuine.
This is that's.
Oh no, you guys are cutting out
Fucking
again.
internet again, dude. Yep, there it is. That's that, ladies and gentlemen, that is Kermit the Frog.
Debating.
Yes. I want you guys to know that is Kermit the Frog. Oh, what's up, fella? What's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, the infamous Gavin McInnes.
How's talking coming along for you?
It's great. Yeah.
Ladies and
I think the last time I
Dick next time, Gavin. Jesus.
Holy
Never
shit.
mind.
Dude, have a Coca-Cola or something.
I got some right here, dude. I'm good.
Did you witness that shit show that he was just?
Dude, the problem with Destiny is he does these debates like dodgeball. So he's just trying to hit you and trivialize your argument by like, oh, Enrique, didn't you fucking get suspended when you were in 4th grade for throwing a fucking cheese burrito at someone? Like, he doesn't want to get to the truth. It's just a combat sport. And it's
I mean, you
boring.
can always combat that with saying, "Hey, Destiny, don't you watch other dudes fuck your wife?"
Totally. Like, that's the weird thing about that dude. He gets these personal attacks. He called me. I cannot get over this. We were debating once. He called me.
So
Like,
what? Does anybody else see this here? What?
Black dudes fucked your wife.
And you lick it clean.
Your wife divorced you because you allowed black men to fuck her. So choose a different insult. I'm an alcoholic. I have a Grover body. There's a million terrible things you can say about me, but cuck? That's you, dude.
I like the way you're cutting, dude. You're cutting. Your pictures look great right now, dude. What are you talking about? You don't have a great.
Yeah.
I have a confession to make. Not proud of this. AI may have been at least partially involved in the photo of my six-pack.
Disavowed.
I wouldn't
What do you
fucking.
think?
Yep. Hell yeah, dude. Totally.
I actually have a one-pack.
It's a keg. It's a keg. He
It's
has
a keg.
Yeah. This is awesome.
But Destiny's whole point in that debate was Trump told you guys to go there. He said the election was stolen. Yes. And then a riot broke out, so it's his fault. And I'm like, there's about 8 of us in this room right now. If we started brawling, is that the fault of word debate for getting us together? Like,
no.
Trump congregated those people. He clearly said peaceful, lawful. And it was anyway, I mean, we're all on the same page with J6, right? It was started by them. Yeah. They fucking antagonized everyone. And I don't know. I think Enrique shouldn't have even wasted his time with those people.
I don't disagree with you. I was pretty much saying that through the whole fucking restream.
Casting pearl before swine.
Yeah, I think if it had it went a little different, it would have been good. But Destiny was just doing Destiny, so it was horrible, to be honest with you.
Right, attack. I was saying upstairs, I prefer right on right debate. Like I don't hate Jews, and a lot of my friends hate Jews. That's an interesting debate. I'd rather see like Pat Buchanan and Christopher Hitchens, or I'd rather see right on right, because at least they care about the truth. But the left, whether it's Destiny, who's actually one of their smartest guys, and he's retarded.
That's the best they got.
They're just like attacking. And didn't you slap your girlfriend in high school? And they're not interested in the truth. Whereas right on right is a good debate, and you end up.
Whatever happened.
I can't. There's no debate. Nobody.
This motherfucker. He said, "There's no." Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I will interpret what he said.
The CIA doesn't want us.
He said, "There's no debate or ding ba ding it don't bother ding bang." That's what he said. Once again, Rob is back. Is definitely his Mandarin is coming along swimmingly.
We're having internet issues, Gavin.
I saw a protester supporting Venezuela, like anti.
This is the kind of riveting stream you come to the Warboy Studios for, ladies and gentlemen.
And the problem is that we have a celebrity on the Warboy Studios right now,
and we still can't get our shit together.
What the fuck? This guy was on Red Eye, dude, and this is what we're fucking doing right now.
That's all right. Everybody here knows who Gavin McGinnis is.
I know.
I bet you we can improv what they're talking about right
now.
Oh, yeah. 95% accurate.
Yeah, Rob is probably saying fuck like 700 times. And Gavin's going, yeah, dude, yeah.
Gavin's joking about doing blow off some chick.
Yeah, right. he's telling the story about going like this and putting it in your nose. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah,
I told you we're still interested.
I know, right?
Studio. Oh my gosh.
But guys, thanks for coming to the show tonight. You guys can definitely tune in tomorrow when they fix the internet and watch.
What the fuck are they gonna do tomorrow?
No. They have the internet. It looks like a bomb in a briefcase.
Oh,
all right, we're back. We're back.
Oh, are you? For now.
Is it
for now?
Wait, what? All right, listen. We're gonna end this. We're gonna end the stream.
Okay, guys.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Tell somebody
We're tuning
you love
out. All right. Good night.
I'll do that. I'll do the outro.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll do the outro.